You're the coolest. No, you're the coolest. No, you're the coolest. Okay, I'm the coolest. Yeah, I agree.
Welcome to the BiFrost Bridge podcast, where this week we're talking about the Apple Watch. If you've had any contact with the outside world, and I say this because there are a lot of gamers who don't have regular contact with the outside world, but if you've had any contact, then you know that the long-awaited Apple Watches are shipping. Some of the early adopters outside of developers and testers have started getting theirs already. Both developers and testers and early adopters, they're all posting their reviews and their thoughts. You can Google for some of the videos or some of the written reviews on people's blogs about their experience with the Apple Watch. Now, Apple expects this watch to bring loads of people who left Apple for Android back to the Apple ecosystem, and it's working. Now, I realize a lot of the younger people don't know this, but Apple started as a computer company in the late 60s that almost didn't make the cut. Microsoft came out as the heavy hitter in the computer industry. But later, Apple came out with a better computer. Lots of you guys are using Macs today. And they revolutionized the tech world with the iPod, then the iPhone, then the iPad. And although there are smartwatches already on the market, they are stepping up the entire smartwatch industry with the Apple Watch. So Apple has been dominating, depending upon who you talk to, and I hope none of the Android fanboys send me hate mail for this, but they have been dominating in multiple tech industries, in the computer industry, in music streaming with iTunes. The Android ecosystem has nothing like iTunes as of yet. In the smartphone industry, and even in the TV and movie streaming industry, Apple TV has been kind of dominating. So basically, Apple's theory is if there is a technological consumer space, they want to be in it, they want to dominate it, and they want you to believe that they have a better product and a better way to do things within that industry. And they're not the only ones. Amazon believes that they're the best on the online retail space, whether it's buying books or music or lobster or hot sauce or smartphone accessories or clothing. I think they still sell clothes. Yeah, clothing. They want you to get that item from them. They've even entered the streaming movie and TV space. Now, Android has the same view about the tech space that it's involved in. They believe they're the best. Samsung believes they're the best. LG believes they're the best. They each think they have a better way to do things. Now, I don't know if you know this, but LG actually started as a home appliance company in the late 50s. But no matter which company you're talking about, each company thinks it's the best at what it does, and it wants to convince you that using them or their product is better for you. And that's no different than God's view of humanity. God, who sees all and knows all, knows that humanity would thrive by doing life with him instead of doing life without him. Whether it be in our homes, in our schools, in our communities, or in our nations, God wants us to thrive. And God tells us in the Bible that everything in the Bible, everything that God wants for us, can be summed up in this way. God wants us to love him with all our hearts, experience his love, and to love others the way we love ourselves. Basically, as we enter into a loving relationship with God, we experience his grace, his mercy, and all of his love on a personal level. And then as we receive and experience his love, we're better able to love ourselves and to share that same love with those around us, in our homes, in our schools, in our communities, and in our nations. Basically, if there is a space, whether it be tech or otherwise, where we have to do life, God wants to be in it, and he wants his love for us to dominate because he believes and knows that that's the best way for our lives to thrive. Now, I'd love to hear your feedback on, if you're using the Apple Watch or if you're using some other smartwatch. I'd love to hear your feedback on it. I'm currently using a U8 smartwatch, which is on the Android ecosystem. It doesn't use Android Wear, though. It has the most basic functions, but I'm enjoying it. I like being able to silence my Note 4, put the U8 smartwatch on and just get all my notifications at a quick glance. So I'd love to hear your feedback on whatever you're using. I'd also love to hear your feedback or questions or comments on God's amazing love. And if you haven't experienced His love, I'd love to be able to share with you how you can do that. So once again, until next time, true believers, and thanks for listening to the BiFrost Bridge podcast.